Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So a new week brings a brand new reveal stream which is upcoming this Saturday by Games Workshop. Now of course every week they have a reveal stream. I always do a reveal of my personal wish list on what I would like to see from that reveal. But also in this video I actually want to do like a little mini review. Since we've had 2 reveals so far and there's been a lot of feedback from the community, I actually want to put my feedback towards that as well and just give my thoughts and feelings on how I feel on what we've seen so far, how the shows have been, that kind of stuff, etc, etc. So let's jump in and let's get talking. So I was very surprised to learn that we're actually getting a 3rd reveal stream, and I will go even as far to say I think we're going to get a 4th reveal stream as well, because the way they marketed this was basically that they were just going to have 2 of them. There's going to be one last month, which we did have, and there's going to be one on the 4th of April. And then when we had the last reveal stream, they said to us, no, we're only halfway through showing off the reveals. So there's one coming this weekend, which is of course the 18th, and if they're halfway through, that means surely they're going to be in 4 shows rather than 3 shows, because statistically, if you've done 2 shows and you're halfway through, that means then there's another 2 shows in the pipeline. That's the way I see it. Anyway, now a lot of people have given their feedback about this and about what they've seen so far and how much content has been shown off. I think the main talking point about all of this is the content with each week of a stream. Now, the thing to remember is everything that we've seen, and even future content that we're going to be seeing, was all supposed to be revealed at one event. That was supposed to be Adepticon. That's why they hyped this up to be like the biggest event they've ever done, because it was going to be like over 3-4 hours worth of reveals, all just being shown at the Adepticon event. But of course, since Adepticon got cancelled, they decided to split it up over multiple weeks. And I think this has kind of hurt them in a way, because when you go around hyping it up to be the biggest reveals ever, and then you show only, mini segments of that over a number of weeks, and of course the weeks that are coming, as I've mentioned, people say, well, this is not really that big, and that's what I've been seeing online now. This is not the biggest reveals ever. We haven't really seen this. I think it's been diluted too much to the point where the reveals that they're showing off are just not, crowd pleasing that enough. It's not these massive huge reveals that we're expecting, because it's just been spread out too much. I'm not knocking the reveals. I will never knock reveals. Any reveal we get is amazing, because it's a reveal, it's something new. But the way I would have done it, I think, just me, this is my personal opinion, the way I would have done it is maybe did it over the multiple weeks aimed at the certain games that Games Workshop does. So let's say the first week, let's give that to AOS. So the first reveal was all the AOS stuff that to expect from the Adepticon reveals. The second week would have been like all the 40k stuff to expect from the Adepticon reveals. The third week would have been, all the specialist games, maybe / the Horus Heresy stuff to expect from the reveals. And if we do have a 4th week, then maybe like all the Storyforge stuff to expect from Games Workshop at all the reveals, like all the trailers, everything like that connected that we've got to show off at Adepticon. For me personally, as a 40k fan, I feel a bit underwhelmed by some of the reveals that we've had. Again, I sound real childish saying that. I don't mean to come across as that, because all the reveals have been fantastic. Like, I'm not an AOS player, but I think like those elves look really cool. I've loved some of the Lord of the Rings stuff I've seen. I'm very tempted to pick up some of that stuff. There's been some fantastic reveals so far, but as a 40k tabletop player, some of the stuff that I've seen, like Fabius, fantastic. The Demon Fuge stuff with like the sister jumping through the air, and the Harlequin Eldar guy, I'm sorry I don't know his name, great models. But I was expecting something bigger, something more immense, something that will just completely blow me out of the water, especially like when they hyped Adepticon up to be like the biggest reveal thing. I was like, oh my crap, there's going to be something absolutely massive here announced for 40k, and they still may be. Something may still be coming for 40k. That's the thing. That's what I actually want to go on now and just, maybe the whole wish list that we do. Maybe this is the week for us to finally get something that will be the mind-blowing stuff for 40k. So as always, we are going down the theory road, we are going down the rabbit hole. Brace yourself, this is just me going into complete madness. This is just my wish list for reveals for week 3 of the Warhammer TV stuff. So my first wish list has to be Necrons. I absolutely love Necrons, and I feel really, really bad for the Necron players, the Necron community. If we look back at the Necron range, I think in the past 7 years, they've only had one update, and that was a Cryptek, if not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm mistaken. In the Forgebane box set, that went against the Admech, and that was basically all they got. Now, when the book called Pariah got announced for the Psychic Awakening, I was like, oh boy, this is it. This is for the Necrons, because the Necrons are going to be featuring in the Pariah book. The book series is called the Psychic Awakening. They have a unit called Pariahs, which is basically an anti-Psyker stuff. So all the dots started to connect for me, and I was like, oh, this is it. This is the Necron time to get something. But of course, it's not. It's the new Sister of Battle, or the Demon Fuge thing, whatever it's called, and the Harley Quinn Necron model. So for me, I was like really let down by that. But I still have hope. I still have hope that GW will bring something back for the Necron players. I don't think we're going to get anything really else Psychic Awakening. I think that book series is finished now. I really, really do. I think Pariah was the last book in the series. I can't think of any other armies they could add to it. We've already had the announcements that Deathwatch and Harlequins are going to be in a White Dwarf magazine, so they're not going to be in their own books. And I don't know if there's any other armies out there. I don't think we've missed any other armies. So now the question lies with what happens next. What is the next thing now that comes along with Warhammer 40,000? This series of books is finished. Just like with the Vigilus stuff finished, then we start to get hints of the Psychic Awakening. What is the hints now going to be after the Psychic Awakening? I think they can go with it two ways. They can either do it where we have of course, the 9th edition / 8.5 edition. There's been talk about that for so many months, so many months, or they can probably do something like they did with Vigilus, maybe like another 2-part book series. The problem with Vigilus is that it was so forgettable. It really, really was so forgettable for me. Like, yes, I completely loved some of the rules that we got in there and everything like that, and some awesome stuff for the fist players and all that kind of stuff. But on a whole, the story was forgettable. Abaddon, Calgar basically got slapped. Abaddon went back to the Vengeful Spirit, and it was kind of a meh kind of ending, really. Again, I'll just use the words forgettable. So if they do something, I prefer it be a big book series like we're actually getting for Psychic Awakening. I wouldn't want like a 2-part series or anything like that. I want something big. I want something spanning across all the races. But I think we won't get anything like that again, because this for me has been kind of a build up to 9th edition. That's the way I see it. Everyone's getting mini rules, or just like a little bit of a rule upgrade to bring them up to par, ready for the next big plunge. I actually do think that this Warhammer TV event, I think we're actually going to see a lot of the specialist games. I really, really do. We haven't really had a lot of the 40k inspired specialist games on show. What I mean by that, we haven't seen Necromunda, we haven't seen Aeronautica, we haven't seen Adeptus Titanicus. I know I think they've hinted at them in, when they've been talking about them with other specialist games and stuff like that, but we really haven't seen anything new, big, to them. So I personally think at this show, it may be like more specialist game focused than actually 40k, which hopefully not, because I still want massive things for the 40k tabletop. But I wouldn't be surprised if if it was like some big reveals for Aeronautica. Do you know what? I wouldn't put it past them if they actually announced a plastic Thunderhawk for Aeronautica and they marketed the balls out of it, saying, well, you've asked for it. You've asked all these years for the plastic Thunderhawk. Here it is, and it's a little mini plastic Thunderhawk. I can definitely see GW going down that troll road, definitely. And of course, if I say it enough times, surely it will happen. I think the Primarch meme of the channel is being washed away by the Primaris Biker meme that is slowly creeping in, because every single event I keep saying, this is the event. I could feel it. I could feel it in my plums. This is the event for the Primaris Biker / Landspeeder, that little pixelated image that got leaked all that time ago. And we still haven't heard anything from GW on this subject matter. So maybe, just maybe, that this is the weekend that we actually get the first look at that incoming stuff. Outriders, the so-called, in one of the books and stuff. So they've got a name, they've got a blur picture, we just haven't seen it for the reveal. Come on, GW, please, by the love of the Emperor, Give me some Primaris bikers. I need them in my life. And to be fair, I can't really go without a show without mentioning a Primark returning. Or what should I say? Returning to 40k. Since we did have a Primark be revealed, it was Lionel Johnson. Again, a badass model. Loved it. Probably one of the best Primark models of the Horus Heresy series. But for 40k, come on now. Come on, GW. It's about damn time that we get another Primark coming back. Do it as a Demon Primark if you want. Just give us another Primark back. Yeah, and I know we all want a Loyalist Primark. We all want Templar Dawn back. Deep down, everyone deep down wants Templar Dawn back, because we all know that Dawn is officially the best Loyalist Primark, since Rogal Dawn is the only official Loyalist Primark with a Traitor Primark kill. Don't give me any of that. It was only half a Primark kind of crap. No, it wasn't. It was a Primark. Primarks are Primarks. Rogal Dawn is the only Loyalist Primark with an official Primark kill. It's written there in text, and that is something that you cannot deny. So we need the Primark Slayer, Rogal Dawn, returning back to Warhammer 40,000. But really, any Primark, Loyalist, or Demonic, bring them back, because it does push the story forward a little bit. I know there's some people out there that look at it from a tabletop standpoint, like you know, competitive players and stuff like that. But I've always looked at, when Primarks come back to the tabletop itself is not balanced, or sorry, is not based on the lore. Because, you know, Imperial Guard taking on like a full Space Marine force and stuff like that is a bit ridiculous. It's just one of them things where you just have to balance rules and lore. So for me, it's all about the lore side of it coming back and seeing the effects of that Primark come back, what that has on, like, you know, the surrounding political spheres, and, you know, all the fun stuff that's attached to it. So that's why I love Primarks coming back in the lore, because it's a major, massive, eventful thing that happens when one of these chaps return. Alright, Chaperonios, that's me done for another video. This coming Saturday, we're all going to be there once again, waiting for the reveals. I'd like to get your thoughts, feedback on this. What do you think that's coming? Do you expect Primaris? Do you expect some Xenos stuff? Do you expect, I don't know, what do you expect to see at this stuff from 40k? I'm sure there's going to be other stuff there, like AOS stuff showing off and everything like that. But what do you expect from Warhammer 40,000? Even Specialist Games Warhammer 40,000. What do you expect to be shown off at this event? Post it down below and I'll have a nice little talk about it as usual. And also, post below how you feel about the first two reveals. Have you liked them? Have you disliked them? What would you change as well? Like I said before, I think it would be cool to have like 1 week as AOS, 1 week as 40k. Do you agree with that? Do you hate that idea? Post it below and we can have a nice little chat, as we always do, down there, and, you know, talk about it. Thanks for coming, thanks for watching, have a great day, see you now, and bye bye.